GBADS. Most people refer to me as GBADS. This is my SGDQ 2019 submission for the DOS game God of Thunder. God of Thunder was first released in '93, and like many DOS games of its era, was divided into 3 parts, as you can see. Serpent Surprise, Non-Stick Nut, here, looking for Loki. It was quite common for DOS games to be divided into 3 parts, and the first part would be released on shareware. So most people who played these games back in the day would have access to part 1, and then they would have to order to get parts 2 and 3. Most people that have played part 1 haven't gotten around to playing it, but now, since the full game is available, it's easily accessible. So I'm going to be doing all 3 parts. I've noticed several DOS games that have been showcased at GDQs in the past have involved full game runs. So I'm going to play through all 3 parts back to back to back. So I'm going to start 3, 2, 1, go. So this game on the surface looks like a knockoff of Zelda 1, but it also has some neat puzzle elements to it, as you'll see. So right off the bat, we're going to go in here to collect 14 jewels. That'll enable us to go through the 10 jewel door, which you'll see right here, and there's 96 jewels up there. And dodge these rats, and then we go up here, and now we have just over 100 jewels, and we're able to go through the 100 jewel door to get the key to go to that underground section. So we go up here, you see a $ sign on the top right, and now that we have it, we'll be able to go to the underground section. The underground section has a room full of spiders, and in a world record attempt, I attempt to go straight through it with a 10 to 15% success rate. But in a marathon-friendly run, I'm gonna take my time before because these spiders are insta-kill if the venom makes contact with you. So we were able to get past that, and now we're able to go up here and enter a couple of skunk sections. So here we're going to be getting that key before we can leave the town, and we'll be reacting to these skunks as shown. And we are now in the town, and this game features dialogue text in it, and through each dialogue you're able to unlock certain elements. So we're going into this man's house saying he's looking for something. That something is going to be a doll that we're eventually going to see, and I'm touching this sign because that's going to be essential to repairing that bridge to get out of here, because that's the exit to the town. And I'm going here so that I can get over here, and what he just did was he just gave me a key in exchange for all my magic. With items that you have, you're able to use magic, so the enchanted apple, the item I have now, it enables you to restore some of your health at using magic. So by speaking to that lady, I'm able to open up a certain room up here that will indeed have the doll that the old man is looking for. So I go up here, and then down here, and now that I have the doll, I'll be able to go back to that old man's house, and I'll he'll be able to tell me how to find Jormungand, the ball. And while the dialogue is skippable, it's worth noting that what he mentions in there is to go to a repair guy's shop to repair the bridge, and that shop doesn't open up until after you've spoken with him. So this shop, if I try to go to him now, it'll say that they're not open, but now I'll be able to speak to him. So that's Creakin's bridge, which he won't know the name of until I touch that sign, and I just took an intentional death there so that I could warp back to the beginning of that section. So shoutouts to Tampa for that skip. So Tampa had played through part 1 years ago, and he had a submission in. So now here's the lightning room. So this can be a challenging room, but it's best to stay on put until all the rats have been counted for. If they haven't, they can get in your way. Amazingly, that rat did not, but it's risky if it's not. But now that the bridge is fixed, we can leave the town. And that using that lightning power kills all surrounding enemies, or most enemies. So we're going to be using the lightning power quite frequently, not only in part 1 but also throughout the whole run. So now just kill them. Yeah, so lightning can be very handy. And we need to get that shrub so that we can give it to the troll. So now we're going to be going past here. And I'll be switching to lightning again. And there's the troll that could be paying. So now we're going to go back up there, and using that troll, we'll be able to go through to get those 6 keys up there that we need. So this has some puzzle and maze elements in the game, which I think actually provides for a neat experience, to be honest. So now we're going to give him the shrub. But we're entering another challenging troll section where if they throw rocks that hit you, it's an insta-kill. So I have the window to get up here. Yes, so that worked. And so this underground section leads to those 6 keys. Like so. So now we go in again, and it's best to damage boost my way through here. And I have a very tight window, but I'm able to get it consistently. Let's see if I can get it now. Alright, I think I got it. Got it. So I've been able to get that with consistency, and I'm using the enchanted apple now. Hear that sound effect? This allows me to heal up. And now we'll be using the lightning power again. And like so, we're able to get out of here. And coming up is a serpent section which requires good timing. So, let's see it right here. Like so. So you have to push those boulders and go through at the same time. So here, again. So now we go in here. Now I mentioned the spider skip earlier. that underground. There's another one coming up. The success rate is a little bit higher, and I think it'll be worth going for. But let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll just take... Nah. Yeah, so it's neat if it works, but a marathon safe run would do a stop and go strat there. So now we're in a section with mazes, and ideally I would have a double skunk kill coming up right here. Let's see if I get it. Ah, I got one of the skunks, but not all of them. Alright, so if that doesn't happen, I just take it slow and all that. But this is a long maze with a lot of underground sections. You need 2 keys to get out of here, and this is the direct way to do it. So we're going into here. That's one of the 2 keys. And now we're back up here, and going down here will give us the second key. There's the old man with the doll that we saw earlier. And we're gonna lightning again, like so. Notice there's a green fairy. This green fairy heals up your magic. I normally don't use that in a run. If the health is really low, I would do it, especially for this section. But coming up is a red fairy, for which I almost always heal up, especially with the puzzle section coming up. So we go down here, and we heal up, and now we're in a puzzle section. So this is a puzzle section where there are 2 keys and 2 key doors. The game intends you to use both, but thanks to log clipping, I'm able to get out of here with 1 spare key. So that key door at the top, I don't have to use because of the clipping, and so I left this room with a spare key, which will be very useful in a future puzzle, as you'll see. Here, just like in an earlier serpent section, I will be following the boulder with proper timing. This will enable to get me past there, like so. And this section could take a bit of a toll on the health, so it's best to maintain your health. If it gets too low, it's best to just use the enchanted apple. Here I got the good RNG in which both skunks were killed, so I should be good to go in the next room. So there we go, and with proper timing I should be able to get this on the try. If I'm not careful, I push it too far. So, there we go. So that just demonstrates how the worms are insta-kill if you're not past them. Alright, so now that we have that spare key, normally we get that key at the top left, but because we have a spare key, we can just go straight through. So now we're about to enter boss of part 1. So let's see how this one. So the way this boss works is you hit him from the behind. So as you're going away from him. So that's part of the strategy in this game. And in 10 hits, it will kill him. Note that I always heal up before them, just so I have full health. That's very marathon safe. So notice how after that very beginning, I avoided jewels. That's because they weren't needed, and they also add to your score, so it takes time to accumulate. So in part 1, you don't really need them after you don't really need them after the first section, but here in parts 2 and 3, you will be using jewels throughout. So part 2, as you could tell, has a different landscape. Slightly. Yeah, those could be in. Alright, there we go.
Ooh.
And here we go in and we block them. What's interesting, even though those worms can kill you, if you're far enough away, the hitbox won't hit you. See? I'm able to skip that to save a few seconds. Also, by clipping, you can dodge the attacks by the worms, which you're going to see pretty shortly. So there we skipped it again. So now we're going up here, and let's see if we can do some clipping. So normally I have to take that stone and drag it all the way, but let's see if I can get it.
Ooh.
There we go. Let's see if I can try it again. Normally we have to do the same thing here,
Ooh.
but again, first try. So now we have that, and we're able to get past here, so the clipping saves plenty of time. So now
Ooh.
we're going into this these rooms, and again, we want as many jewels as possible. So now we're going up here, and here we have the wind power, which is another useful item.
Ooh.
Well, maybe not as useful as others, but it's still useful to have. So now comes a puzzle, which is kind of tricky, but let's see if I can get it. Alright, so we have this, put that over there. Nah. Yeah, if you're not careful, you can screw that up, but let's see. There we go. Alright.
Ooh.
We go up there.
Ooh.
Alright. So here I'm going to be using the lightning power, just to kill off these surrounding ones.
Ooh. Ooh.
So we use it again.
Ooh.
So now we take this and we get that key.
Ooh.
So now we take this back down here. And we're going to collect all these jewels. And notice 999 jewels is the max amount you can have. So now we're into this cave, and we'll heal up there. Okay. So now we're gonna be entering what's called the big house pretty soon. Probably the most RNG dependent part of part 2 is coming up. So first, these dollar signs. This is the route that saves the most jewels. Here I'll be using the stone and putting this over here, and let's see if I can get it. Yeah, so that didn't work. So now comes the second attempt. There we go. Oh, so close. So, yeah, if I have the proper timing. There we go. Third time. Usually it doesn't take more, maybe several tries, but that's something that I take into the game. Here there are 2 keys I get, and so the optimal strat in a world record run is just keep going. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset the screen just to save those 2 keys. Just save that key. Just in case something happens. So you're gonna see me like that, and I'll reset again. Oh, wait, did I get it? Oh yeah, I got it. Ooh, yeah, that could. Yeah, it's about making sure your moves are precise. There we go. Got this. All right. I switched to my wind power just because there's a bunch of lag. That can happen. So lag happens there with all the enemies, but I can just get through there. So now we're about to enter the town, and the gimmick with this town is not only has Nagnir enslaved all the citizens, he forces all the males to work into the minefields, or to dig in the fields, which you'll see later on. And that big house we were just in, all those citizens, though they're all in jail for refusing to work in the minefields. So it gets intense. And just like in the town in part 1, we have dialogue text, which will help later on. So this person I'll be asking a question to in this underground, I can't ask him that question until I've gotten past there. So this is where we get the first of 2 keys. So these red jewels could be in handy. It's best. This is the best one. The treasure chests are worth 50 jewels. While the red ones are 10 jewels, the blue ones are 1. And I just paid 200 jewels. There we go. So we're going all the way down here to get the first key. And the winged boots allow you to go faster, which seems neat in a speedrun, but you need to use it wisely. It's best when you have a clear, straight path to go. So we'll use it right now. Yeah, pretty useful, huh? So we're gonna be going up here, like so. All right. And we'll be going in. Now, the minefield could be pretty dangerous, and you could actually soft lock yourself. That's why in a marathon safe run, I just make sure I have full power. So I'm gonna heal up on health, and since I'm here, I might as well get the second key. Oh. Okay. Yeah. So that split for Cave and Big House happened once I entered the town. So I know I split there, but that's just to demonstrate what I have. Alright, and I'm gonna use the winged boots to just get out of here. See, these are all the workers. Slave. And he's gonna take me to that underground section.
Ooh.
I'll grab some of those. And now that I have now I'm able to go to this repair shop where I'll be able to repair the shoes to go up that hill. And again, that does not open up until I get there again. Yeah. So just like in those runs, you have to unlock everything and set all the flags straight. Okay, so we'll heal up. We go in here. So we get the shovel in a very dark room. I've done plenty of practice, so let's see if I can navigate my way. So with plenty of practice, I'm able to find the correct route, which is this way. Boom. Like so. Here. There we go. With plenty of practice, I'm able to nail that easily. And so this is the shoe repair shop, where he'll give me that. So the when I go back in there, the question I'm going to be asking is where I can find the Hypnostone. The Hypnostone is what you give the guard so that he'll let you out of the town. Because normally you can't get out of town without a pass. But the Hypnostone will give you the way out. And the Hypnostone is it's dug underneath a section in the town, and it's a consistent section. The thing is, even with the shovel and even with that knowledge, that Hypnostone won't show up until after you've asked the question. So you'll see pretty shortly. So now we're able to go up here and shovel. So if you don't go to that place near the beginning, it'll just say out to lunch. But here it asks us where the Hypnostone is. You see the splits up there. That's because when I went up, I didn't go all the way through. But with this, let's just go through. So now with that knowledge, we'll go to where we need to go. And we'll be able to dig out of here. So let's our shovel. This is where it is. So now we have the Hypnostone. So now we're gonna give it to this guy. Now we're out of town. When you have the upgraded armor, the skunks become one-hit kills. So with those hammers, I could just quick kill them, and I'm able to heal up. Coming up is a pretty precise section. So you see these logs? I have to make sure I'm at exactly the right section. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Yeah. If you're not careful, you'll soft lock yourself. Now, what's good about this, for the most part, if you get soft lock, you could press D to die, and it'll just reset the screen for you that you were on. So that's a neat feature to have. So sometimes intentional deaths are necessary. So here we're back in the puzzle section. So now we're going to heal up. And grab the key. And now there are 4 underground sections with 250 jewels, which are necessary to grab to grab all the jewels that you see. So now we have these jewels, and we can use them here as shown. And now we're going to be going up here, and we'll be getting these jewels. And so now we're able to get out of this section, and there's one more section in the puzzles. So here we're going to be grabbing the key again, but as far as I know, I've tried to key clip there, but it probably won't happen, so I just grab the stone up and then just take it there. So I go up here, and let's see how many jewels. In the room above, I need 900 jewels. If I have 900, okay. So once I get to 800, so now I have 905 jewels, and now I can get up here as necessary. Okay. So now, this is the only spider section of part 2, but it's really not that bad. So now we're just going to take this in, and we take this long cave to the boss fight of part 2, which you'll see coming up. We're not too far away from that. Okay. And now we go all the way down here. And I'm gonna use my wind power here. Watch it just speed through here. Like so. And we just go in here. Now I'm gonna switch to wind power. And the wind power just allows the quick kill. And we go up here. There's one more section before the boss fight. Let's see if I can run through. Alright. So this boss fight is considered really difficult by a lot of people. But if you heal up, it becomes a pretty simple boss fight, as you'll see. So I just stand through as I normally do, and I just do that. Then just stand straight here and just damage boost your way. And now I can just watch that. So that was a quick kill right there. And that's actually one of the fastest Part 2 boss fights I've had. Okay, so now that's Part 2. Now we get to the final part, which is Part 3, and so now we're in Part 3. So this one you fight Loki, which is the final boss. Now, right off the bat, we're going to switch to our lightning power. Like so. So now we just go up here to grab these jewels. Whereas Part 2 really had only one heavily RNG dependent case, this one really has two, which you'll see coming up. Okay, and I'm going to switch to my winged boots. Okay. So now we go up here. Here is the RNG dependent section. Now a marathon safe run, I just go in here to reset, just so I have the keys. But if I'm not careful, it could be an insta-kill there. But here I nailed it. But if those hedgehogs hit you, hit that switch while you're on it, it's an insta-kill. That's why I always load up just in case. Here I got pretty good RNG. So now we just go through this puzzle. Okay. And now we're just gonna run through here. And we'll be able to grab these items. So these are all the jewels which we're going to need very shortly. So you'll see it coming up. And again, we just sprint our way through here. And the other hedgehogs will do it faster, but the thing is I need time to just get in, so that's why I take the safe strat. And there we have the keys, and we'll grab the treasure. Okay. So the item we just got does protect you from health from surrounding enemies, albeit not the stronger ones, but it's not really one I've used a lot. So now we're in the puzzles. Yeah, I had pretty good luck, and this maze could be pretty challenging when you're playing blind playthrough, but I've pretty much able to get this in. As long as you have enough jewels, you should be able to get through this section with ease. So we flip that switch there to grab one key, and I'm gonna grab the winged boots just so I can speed things up a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to use too much. So we take this up here. So put that in, and then we put the switch over here. That allows us to get this key. I got that. And hopefully I got that in, so let's see. If I got this right, yeah. Okay. So I think I have all the switches in place now. Let me just double check. Is this good? Yes. I'm gonna go down here to both heal up and to collect these jewels. There's plenty of them. 20, so 100, 400 jewels to collect here. And just to verify, I have... Okay, I'm gonna grab these jewels. Let's see if I can get the spider skip. It would be neat if I can get it, but let's see. Oh, nice. That's the only spider section in part 3 I have to deal with. So, and these ants in part 3, with the golden armor I have, become one-hit kills. And that's actually a really neat thing. So now we go up here, and now we have this maze to deal with. And keep in mind that jewels are necessary all the way to the end, so there are some jewels that I will collect, which you'll see. Okay. There we go. So that's the first key. Collect. And there we go. And we go up here. And now we find our way out here. And we move a little bit. I'm gonna grab the jewels over here. There's 80 of them. Alright, so this is a tricky part. Okay, that rat helps. Nah. Yeah, so this is a tricky part of the run. Alright, there we go. Second try helped. Okay. I'm gonna switch to my lightning. And, so now we're going to be grabbing another power-up, another magic item, shortly. That's the power of thunder, which will be showcased pretty soon. So we're going to grab that item. And it kills most enemies in the room at once, which you'll see later. Coming up in this next room is probably the most RNG dependent portion of the game. Like, there's nothing you can do. But you can do something. So, see that hedgehog? He has to activate that switch several times for you to get that key. And sometimes it could be a while before he gets there. So, there we go. So see? Yeah, this is a case of bad RNG. Wow. Yeah, this is a pretty bad section of RNG. Okay, that's one. Yeah, so several. Fortunately, after a couple more, I can lightning the rest of them. So here we go. So I just took out 2 of those hedgehogs. And then once he gets through one more time, then I will be able to lightning the rest. There we go. Okay. So now it goes in at a consistent rate. Okay. So now, very good, yeah. That was actually some pretty bad luck. I've played this many times. That was really one of the bad ones. But I'm going to switch to Thunder Power and illustrate. Boom. There. All the skunks I was able to kill in one shot. is pretty useful. So here, I'm gonna go up here, down here rather, collect some more jewels and restore some health. Okay. And now I'm gonna be grabbing a key up here. So here's where I get the key. So here's the key. So I go in, and then I go down here, and then I go up here, and then down here, and that's the key door. And now we have these jewels. And here I'll be using log clipping again. And I'll be going right between those two logs. Like so. And we are approaching the town. And unlike the other two parts, the final boss is in the town itself, albeit in a castle. So, what makes this town unique is the fact that there are red guards, and if the red guards see you, they will throw you in jail immediately, which you'll see. So there's the red guard. Now we're gonna lightning him. The thunder power doesn't work in this issue, but you'll see it. Because right by the entrance there was a sign, and a lot of things that are prohibited. One of them is red-haired thunder gods. I think you know who they're referring to. Thor. Yep, Thor, god of thunder. So, but the kicker is, we do need to, a couple of times, go into that jail to relay information and to get keys. And you'll see that shortly. So, we've collected 2 keys so far. Let's switch to our thunder power. So now that's the 3rd key. There's one more regular key needed. And it'll be illustrated pretty soon. Oh wait, actually, yeah. Yeah, this is the entrance. So first I'm going to be going to this person. This will open up a section nearby where I can get the 4th key. But first we're going to go in here. See all these red guards? The optimal strat is to use wind power. Yeah, but it could be, sometimes it doesn't work. But there's the red guard. So we're in the jail now. We're going to give her the bracelet. By giving her the bracelet, we're able to get the password to go into a room near the entrance. So we healed up. Now we're back by the entrance, but we're gonna go to this part of the town first. We're gonna switch to thunder power here. Take care of them. And we just got the 4th key. And notice how we were just here, which is pretty neat. Notice the number of jewels I have currently is 556. Ideally, I want it to be 570 at this point. Oh yes, and one thing to mention is that that's 570. I go down here first, and this is where I go. And he gives you the dialogue to get in. Alright. And we go up here. So, hold on, let me just make sure I lightning him. Alright. So, I have 566 joules. I want 570 at this point. In the long underground section, we're gonna need that many joules. Fortunately, there's a place with the treasure where we could just straight up get what we need. So there was the treasure that we saw. We're gonna grab this, and we're gonna get thrown in jail again. We have the electric saw, and now we have a long underground section. And yeah, and while there are keys, they're mainly to open this part of the game. Okay. Yeah, so it turns out you do have to use these keys to get an item up here. So that's the 100 joule door. So we go up here. We have the keys there. And we go up here. We're now going to use our thunder power to quick kill all these enemies. Okay. So now we're going to grab these jewels. I'm going to use it again, even though there's just a few hedgehogs there. I'm going to heal up. Okay. So, the one danger that can happen here is that near the entrance to the castle there are plenty of red guards, and I can get in contact with them and get thrown to that jail, costing 30 seconds. So first, I'm going to grab the skeleton key we need. So you'll notice that. So, right by the entrance of the castle. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. So now, alright, got him. And we're in the castle now. Okay, yeah, so this can be tricky to navigate at times, especially the moment you get in, but alright, I think I got it. Go up here, and we go up around here. We're in the castle now. I'm gonna switch to my winged boots. If I get this, alright, I just got that skip, so it's a pretty neat skip if you nail it. So that actually saves a few seconds. Alright, and now we're in the final section. It could be difficult to navigate. Alright, So now we have all of that. Alright, we're gonna heal up on here. And now we're about to enter the final boss fight. Loki. And here is a bit of RNG, but the lightning power is all that will work. No hammer, no thunder power, no winged boots. And phase 1 of the attack is just simply him moving around. Now he just disappears and spawns randomly. And you have a very small window to do it. So, wait for him to go in. Okay. Got it. Okay. So, just had to wait while also keeping the health good. And notice he conveniently puts in apples and potions to restore your health. Okay. So, 2 more hits. Okay. Just need 2 more hits. Nah, he's just not showing up where I want him to. Come on. Dang. Okay, 1 more. There we go. And that's the boss. No, the Rainbow Bridge is not in this room, but outside where the citizens go to celebrate. So you'll see in a moment. So now we cross the Rainbow Bridge. There we go. So 55:43 is the time. So there is a little bit of luck involved in there. So my PB is 2 minutes ahead of that. So Jormungand, Nagnir, and Loki defeated back to back to back. And this full game actually, it's a pretty neat game. And I would love to see it being showcased at a GDQ. There have been several DOS games that have been showcased, but I think this one really deserves a showing. And this game, by the way, is run on DOSBox. And I've been in correspondence with other runners who have run DOS games, and they told me that in the runs they use DOSBox as well, and it's a pretty highly respected run. And I'm able to access this via Steam. So Steam, actually, it's available to get, and it's really neat to have. So this is my submission, and here's hoping it gets into SGDQ 2019.